I want to especially lift up and honor the way Mark, with Sheila's help, has changed the United Methodist Church, especially here in Indiana, but even beyond. And I've got to show my age and give you a little bit of history lesson. Now, bear in mind, I was only in college when this happened. Mark was, junior high. But in 1968, the Methodist Church and the Evangelical United Brethren Church came together and became the United Methodist Church. And here in Indiana, that new United Methodist Church made a really dumb decision. Sometimes churches do dumb things. Sometimes organizations do dumb things. And the dumb decision they made was, oh my gosh, now that we merged, we got so many churches, let's just all agree we'll stop planting new churches. A stupid decision, if I may say so. Well, how do you change dumb decisions? Well, I think in our case what happened was God called Mark Beeson. And Mark Beeson, have you ever noticed that he can be persistent? Maybe even stubborn? Mark felt called to start a new congregation in this area. And he kept going to the church officials and saying, I think I'm called to start a new church. And they kept saying, well, we've adopted a policy not to do that. And Mark kept saying, policies, who cares? I want to do it. I believe I'm called by God to do it. Well, a lot of other folks helped along. Eventually, our denomination said, well, I don't know. We haven't started a new church for a long time. By 1968 to 1986, 18 years since we've done one. I guess we could take a risk and let one pastor try one new church and see if it could work out. And I'm here to say thank God. Thank God that one pastor is this guy with the help of his spouse. And what that means is not just Granger Community Church and all that that's become. What that has been is a whole change of the sea tide, of the shift of the land. So that now, all across our denomination and all around the world, and in sister denominations like us, people are saying one of the best ways to reach people for Christ is not just to hope that old dead churches get resurrected, although that happens sometimes, but to say we got to start new churches. And Mark has led that way. And now we're back in the business again of starting new congregations. In the new Indiana Conference, which came together 2 years ago, we've started 10 in the last 2 years. I don't know if any of them will become something like Granger in terms of size and scope, but you never know. You know, in the early days here, it was tough work, a few people to start. But it's changed the whole landscape, the whole atmosphere, and it's because of a persistent guy and a wonderful wife who said, God has called us to this ministry. And because of them, it's not just changed thousands of people here, it's changed a whole movement across America and around the world. So I want to honor Mark and Sheila for that change in a whole denomination, let alone just one congregation, and just to say, I'm so grateful that when the church made a dumb mistake a long time ago, that it took the right persons to come along and say, we think God's calling us to something new, and it's you two, and you've done that. God bless you. I honor you both.